On May 28, 2009, Razor Technologies was invited to join Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger to showcase Razor's 100-mile-per-gallon electric Hummer H3 at a press conference and demonstration drive by Governor Schwarzenegger at the California State Capitol. Prior to the press conference, Razor Chairman Craig Higginson, Vice President David West, and Ty Mattingly, a consultant to the company, met with Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger in his office to discuss the impact Razor's near-zero emission technology can have on the nation's automotive and renewable energy industries. At the press conference, Governor Schwarzenegger spoke to the press about how the clean technology Razor has introduced in the Hummer can help rebuild the auto industry.
And I happened to see this particular car when I was in Detroit talking to the auto engineers just a month ago. And there was in the showroom there when we walked around at the convention center, and I loved it right away because it was a Hummer. And Hummers are known to use a lot of fuel, and they get very low mileage, and so they always got the bad rap. But the bottom line is that this car drives around 50 miles on electric power. Right now the engine is only barely can hear it, as you can see, and then after 50 miles the gasoline engine kicks in. Just for 15 minutes it charges up the battery again, and then it continues on driving just on battery. So you can imagine you get around 80 miles per gallon, and it's fantastic. You can drive 400 miles straight without fueling up. So this is exactly where the future is, and we just want to wish the company good luck in producing as many of those as possible. And this is exactly what I've said before, that the Hummer is not what is wrong with the vehicle, it is the engine, it's the technology. So what we have to change is not the cars and the size of the car, but what we have to change is the technology. And they have been very innovative with the technology, and we of course are passing laws here in California to make sure that we inspire the car manufacturers to go in that direction. California is the place where those car manufacturers are, unloading and rolling out to the customers those cars. So welcome to California, and if you want to please say a few words, that would be terrific.
Thank you, Governor. We're really pleased to be here, and we're pleased to be standing with Governor Schwarzenegger, who clearly is not only leading the state of California, but really leading not the country, but the world in bringing to reality these fuel-efficient vehicles. A lot of people have asked us the question, why is it that we started this process in our company in a Hummer? And the answer is really clear. Number one, Hummer is perceived to be a real gas-guzzling, irresponsible vehicle. And we took that on and said, okay, if we can make a Hummer greener than a Prius, we've accomplished a real specific goal, and we have done just that. So at this point, when people see an electric Hummer driving down the road, you really can look at that vehicle as greener than a Prius, greener than a Fiat 500. And the other thing that's nice about it is you can actually put half of a soccer team in there. And in the truck version of these larger vehicles, you can put a 4x8 sheet of plywood. So this is a vehicle that Americans have truly voted with their wallets to want to drive and own. And it isn't because they want to be irresponsible. It's because they have utility need for these vehicles. Soccer moms can't put a soccer team in a Fiat 500 or a Toyota Prius, although I don't want to downgrade those. There is a wonderful place for the smaller vehicles, and we support and encourage all of those. But America has a need, a utility need for larger vehicles, and so as the governor pointed out very aptly so, the challenge wasn't to say, let's get rid of these vehicles. The challenge was to say, how do we make these vehicles as green or greener than the smaller ones? And that was the challenge we took on some years ago and have now developed this. We're excited to be here today. Again, I can't say thank you enough to this governor who has the foresight to lead the country and lead the world really in the next revolution, which we believe is energy efficiency and energy responsibility. One thing that I would add to that is that our company also has built the first modular geothermal power plant that exists on the planet. We teamed with United Technologies, and our objective is, as the governor has pointed out again, the well-to-wheels solution to the environmental and the energy problem in this country and in the world. Develop clean energy and use it responsibly in the vehicles and the transportation we have. And that's what we are doing as a company. A lot of people are talking about it. The governor is doing it. We're doing it as a company. And again, we're just grateful for the example that you're setting here in California for all of us. Thank you. Thank you, Governor.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Following their remarks, Governor Schwarzenegger jumped into the driver's seat and took the electric Hummer for a test drive.
Let's go on a Dodge, right? Ride with you to your security detail. There we go. You want to ride with us? Oh, yeah.
Members of the press and visiting VIPs were also allowed to test drive the electric Hummer at the event.
Driving the Hummer, driving the PHEV Hummer.
There we go.
The Razor Hummer.
How's it feel?
Feels great. Yeah, it's cool.
Do you hear anything?
The very quiet hum of an electric motor.
Would you say that this Hummer hums?
Put it in reverse.
You can just put it in the park. There you go. All the way up. There you go.
Boy, that's firm.
Prior to the press event, Governor Schwarzenegger asked if he could drive the electric H3 to a lunch meeting in Sacramento. The governor's motorcade was escorted by the California Highway Patrol. Luckily, the governor seemed to be exempt from speeding tickets in the electric Hummer during his street test drive.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, we gotta let's just keep going.
Exactly.
I can take over your vehicle.
Now you guys can take over. Thank you, guys.
Governor Schwarzenegger drove the car today. He took it to lunch, so he loved the car. Good acceleration. He pulled out of the Capitol building, accelerated quickly around the corner, and he says, "Oh, this has got some great power." And anyway, it was a good ride. He likes the vehicle. He likes what it stands for. It's smooth. He loves Hummer brand, so he obviously wants one of these. Asked how soon he could get one. We spoke a little bit about fleet vehicles for the state of California, and that this is really an important step for the California fleet as well.
Although Razor's powertrain was first demonstrated in the Hummer H3 SUV, it was designed to power a variety of larger vehicles, including delivery vehicles such as FedEx, UPS, the Post Office, and the #1 selling vehicle in America, the pickup truck, used by America's working families, fleets, and farmers. The powertrain can also be scaled down for smaller vehicles, including very efficient electric city cars. The evening before the press conference, CNBC was at the Capitol with a production crew and satellite uplink to record a live interview with Razor Chairman Craig Higginson in front of the electric Hummer H3 on the steps of the California State Capitol.
This is a CNBC Reports special, Breaking the Oil Addiction. Now, live from Chicago, here's Phil LeBeau.
So how close are we to truly going green behind the wheel? Joining us now is Craig Higginson, who is the chairman of Razor Technologies, the company that is behind the technology of the 100-mile-per-gallon Hummer, a fascinating vehicle I had a chance to drive last week. You've got, the electric Hummer that you're developing at Razor Technologies.
The average person drives less than 40 miles per day in a vehicle. This vehicle is capable of driving 40-plus miles per day on electric only. Americans have voted with their wallets. They want to drive a truck or an SUV, and it's not because they want to drive a gas guzzler. It's because they have a utility need.
A fascinating future ahead of the automakers as they try to break this addiction to oil.
For more information, go to www.razortech.com/Hummer.